Hi there and welcome along. Today we're talking about how to elevate your startup, which is about proven leadership skills for founders to thrive. So today I'm going to give you the 5 things you need to do or that you need to improve upon so that you can elevate your startup because leadership is so critical to the success of any organization. So let's get straight into it. My name is Boomy Tokan. The first thing you need to do, and I'm starting from 5 and going down to number 1, I think all of them are equally important, but I'm just numbering it that way anyway. The first thing you need to do, which is number 5, is to empower your employees. What do I mean by that? The hardest things for maybe founders to do at times is to delegate some meaningful task to an employee. And I'm not talking about giving an employee that you have not tested a meaningful task to do. No, that would be suicidal. However, you need to look at your employee and understand that they have value. So if you don't think the person has enough value for you to be working with them, don't even start working with them in the first place. But what you need to do is to make sure that you are giving them some meaningful task. Why? Because that really encourages their strengths, that encourages them to grow, and this will improve their own productivity. In other words, it will cause them to be more loyal and to get more job satisfaction from what they do, and that will transfer or translate into more money to the business, better service to the clients, and better products being created if they are given meaningful tasks to pursue. Very important. As a leader, you need to do that. The second point, which is number 4, is continuous learning. You need to be showing that you are always learning. In fact, if you're not always learning, you are not going to go very far anyway, because the world is changing so fast that you need to be learning new things. Now we're learning about AI. Everyone has to get familiar with using some form of AI or another. So embrace continuous learning. When your employees, and I'm talking about employees here, but you may not have a physical employee, you may have a virtual staff that you're working with. They also need to know that you're continuously learning from your conversations or the things that you do. They can see that, wow, this guy or this woman is always continuously learning. They've learned about this. I need to make sure that I'm learning as well. That's what will happen if you're doing that. So be ready to pivot strategies and for the betterment of your business and your team as you learn as you go on. The next point is you need to lead by example. Wow, this is a big one. Leading by example. Don't do something you're going to tell your employee to do that you are not doing. Your actions set the tone for your startup culture. This is where the culture begins. It begins with you, the leader. Show dedication, be ethical, be willing to get your hands dirty if you have to, and jump in the trenches when you have to. It inspires and motivates others to follow that example. Very important. Next point is listening. This is the art of communication. Whenever I hear about communication, I hear about communication from the perspective of what you say, how you say it, when you say it. But no, communication, a part of it, I think the most part of communication is listening. I like a Bible passage that says that, you know what, it's better to listen than to speak. It's better to listen than to speak. You know what? You need to listen more than you speak. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So use it in proportion to which you have been given. Listen, listening is one of the key skills that you need to grasp as a leader. Listen to your employees. Let me tell you why listening is so important. When you hear words that somebody is speaking, sometimes you hear behind the words the things they are not saying. The only way you're going to hear what they are not saying is because you are listening actively. And somebody who has been listened to feels like they've had a good communication. Have you ever been in a situation where you met someone and they did most of the talking? I mean, maybe you spent half an hour with them and they spoke for 27 minutes, and all you did was could be able to give a word in edgeways. and they go away and say, wow, I had a conversation with Boomy today and it was so exciting. I mean, we spoke. It's like, who spoke? No, you spoke. I didn't have a chance to speak, but you spoke. Listening to your employees make them feel understood, and it fosters an environment for open dialogue. That's important. That's a key thing to master. Finally, show a sense of commitment to the people that you're working with. When I say a sense of commitment, somebody thought I was going to say a sense of commitment to the job. No, we've talked about that earlier on. However, what I mean when I talk about a sense of commitment is a sense of commitment to the people you're working with that exceeds the role they play in your workplace. Let me tell you something. People have a life outside your workplace. People have a life outside your business, and the more you can participate in their life outside of the workplace, the better it's going to be for you as a leader. When was the last time you asked your employees how their family is doing? If they're married, how is your husband or how's your wife? If they have children, how's that your son? How is your daughter? What school are they going now? What's their birthday? When are they going to some form of activity that is useful? Oh, are you taking your son to school today? Oh, you can leave a little bit early today. Are you going to be doing things like that to make them feel more valuable? So, a sense of commitment to those you're working with is extremely important. So, to do a recap, let's make sure I'm talking about number one, you need to empower your staff by giving them very meaningful tasks. Number two, pursue continuous learning. Number three, set an example for those that you lead. Number four, listening is extremely important. Number five, a sense of commitment. Oh, did we say it the other way? Okay, number five, then number one. Anyway, if you like what you've heard today, do subscribe to the channel if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, watch out for more information from us wherever you're watching this from. Sign up to our free book and receive a free book from us, and also to come onto our live courses. All right, then. I'll speak to you soon, and look out for more videos from me. This is Boomy Tokan. God bless. Bye-bye.